video, I'm going to be talking about ACCA. So I'm currently an ACCA member, and at my old workplace, I actually did a guide to ACCA for new starts, and I thought, why not share that information with people? So I'm going to be making a two-part video. So in this first part, I'm going to be talking about applying, the number of exams you need to sit, and the full process to go from ACCA student to ACCA member. And in part two of this video, I'm actually going to be talking about tips to pass, mistakes I made, and tuition providers that I would recommend. So first up, ACCA stands for Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. So there are 3 things you need to complete before you can become an ACCA member. First up is you have to complete the 13 exams. Exemptions do apply, we'll talk about that later. Then you need to also complete the ethics and professional module, and then you have to have 3 years relevant work experience. So you're considered an ACCA student while you have your 13 exams. Once you've completed your 13 exams and you finish the ethics and professional module, you're then an ACCA affiliate. Once you've actually completed your 3 years relevant work experience, you can then apply to become an ACCA member. To get started with ACCA, you need to register to become a student. There's 4 things you're going to need to register. You're going to need a photocopy of your passport or birth certificate, a passport style photo, the transcript from your university or high school, and also your £89, which is your initial registration fee. First up, let's talk about exams. So on the screen, I'm going to list the 13 exams that you're required to complete. Exemptions do apply. 9 applied knowledge and applied skills exams, and then you have 4 strategic professional exams. So depending on the university you went to, you can get up to 9 exemptions. So I'm going to leave the link and put it on the screen of where you can check to see how many exemptions you can actually get. However, the least amount of exams you can sit are the 4 professional exams. So 2 of those are compulsory and 2 are optional. So I would recommend going on the website, using the link, putting through your university that you're going to, the course you're doing, and see how many exemptions you can get up to. However, just to note that if you are eligible for an exemption, you still have to pay for the exemption. So even though you don't pay to sit the exam, you still have to pay for the exemption. So when I did ACCA, there were 14 exams, and I got 8 exemptions because of the university that I went to and the course that I did. So I only had to sit 6 exams at the time. So it's very important for you to check to see how many exemptions you can get. So I'm going to leave a link in the description and also on screen of this article that I found that showed the universities and the courses that offer you the most ACCA exemptions. And I think it's very important, if you do want to do ACCA and you know you're going to university, that hey, if this university that you see on the list is somewhere that you would consider going, maybe just doing that course and going to that university so you can get as much exemptions as possible. ACCA run 4 exam sessions per year. That's 1 in March, 1 in June, 1 in September, and 1 in December, and it's always the first week of the month. You're allowed to sit a maximum of 4 exams at each session and 8 per year. So it's very important for you to check the exam timetable, because you can't sit 2 exams in one day. So you have to make sure that the exams you want to sit aren't conflicting with one another. And also another great reason to check the exam timetable ahead of time is to make sure that if you want to take more than 1 exam at a sitting, that they're not necessarily one day after the other, because you won't have a lot of time to study. So if you want, you can sit 1 exam on Monday and 1 on Tuesday, but I just found any time that I had a friend that did that, they didn't have enough time to focus on the other exam. So one of them, they always passed one and failed one. So if I were you, I would check and probably sit an exam on a Monday and Wednesday, as opposed to doing 1 on Monday and then 1 on Tuesday. That's just my recommendation. Exam registration. So it's very important for you to check the deadline to register for your exams. So they have early entry, standard entry, and late entry, and obviously the price goes up depending whether you register early, standard, or late. However, I think late entry you pay probably double, almost triple what you'd pay for early entry. So please check ahead of time to ensure that you register in time and you don't end up studying for an exam and then realizing like, oh crap, I actually missed the registration, so then you have to wait another 3 months to sit your exam. So it's very important to check ahead of time. All that info is online. I'll put it up on the screen. So just ensure that you register ahead of time for your exam. So once you pass your exams and you've done your ethics and professional module, you're an ACCA affiliate now, right? Once you've completed that and then you get your 3 years relevant work experience, now the good part, the fun part, you can apply to be a member. So how to apply to become a member? So you need to complete the practical experience requirement. So there's 3 steps. You have to achieve 36 months in a relevant accountancy or finance role, and you have to complete the required 9 performance objectives, or you can claim the Approved Employer Performance Objective exemption. Quite long, but yeah, that's what I did, because I worked at big 4 accountancy firms and they were actually a platinum member, so I was able to claim that. So let's go through the process of how to claim. So you're going to need a practical experience supervisor. That can be anyone with a professional accountancy designation, so that can be someone at CPA, ACCA, etc. I found that if it's someone that's ACCA, it makes the process a lot smoother. So if at your workplace there's someone that's ACCA qualified and you do work with them, I think you should just use them as your supervisor. So you'll need to log into ACCA and click record my work experience. You need to then put in the name and email address of the supervisor. So ACCA will email them confirming that you've registered them, and then they have to confirm that they accept. If you don't work for an approved employer, you'll need to start filling out the objectives. I didn't have to do that because I worked for an approved employer. So if you do work for like a big four, or you can check, because you can actually go on ACCA and type in the name of your workplace and they'll actually tell you what level they are, if they're gold, platinum, etc. So please do not start filling that out until you check the level of your employer, because you may be exempt. Then need to complete the Approved Employer PER form. I have a screenshot of that. So you must have all 5 essentials completed and 4 of the technicals completed. So they can be anyone's, but you have to ensure that you meet all 5 of the essential, and then you're allowed 4 of the technical. If there's more, great, but at least 4. Once your form is signed off, you need to email that to ACCA. So the email address to use is info@accaglobal.com. And an important tip, send that email from the email address you used to register, because if not, you're going to have to go through a verification process. So once they confirm you're approved, yay! So once they confirm that you're approved, they will then send you a member declaration form. You just need to sign that and send that back to them. And once you've signed and sent that back to them, they'll update your profile on ACCA, and then you just need to pay your membership fee, which is currently I think £258 for the year. So yeah, so I hope you found this video helpful. Please look out for part 2. That's where I'm going to talk about the exams, mistakes I made, which exams I enjoyed, just the process of taking the exams and passing them, because these are some seriously hard exams and it's going to take a lot of willpower for you to get through. So thanks for watching.